All right, so in just a moment, I'm going to give you instructions of what you need to get and do. So after I give them to you, be ready to pause the video and take care of that, and then come back to the video. So first you need a piece of paper, you'll need a pencil, and when you get that, come back to the screen, write down these problems. There are 16 problems, so you can number your paper 1 to 16, you can write it just like it is on this board, and then come back, and then push play. Hello. I hope you got everything back and you have written down all these problems. So let's look at the first problem. So we'll do sum together, and I'll probably do the top row and give you several different ways to do division. We've talked about it a good bit in relation to multiplication, but now I'll give you a few ideas of how to do it, and you can use which strategy works best. So strategy 1 would be using multiplication. So 14 divided by 2 equals blank. All right, so if you're using multiplication to solve this problem, then you do the opposite. What times 2 equals 14? And sometimes when I did the drills, because you'll probably have to do that again in 3rd grade, that's how I would solve the problem when I couldn't remember the division fact right off the top of my head. So you can just use your fact family and know that 7 times 2 equals 14. So if you were thinking about it, you would be thinking about it with our triangle, and 14 would be at the top, and then 2 would be in a corner, and you'd be missing that other corner. And so if you think about it, 2 times what is 14? Well, 2 7s equals 14. So that's strategy number 1, is fact families. I'm just going to put FF because it takes me so long to do that. All right. Oh, and if you just chuckled at my...
What's an industry?
F. It's not very nice. Hold on. I'm going to pause the video and I'll be right back. All right. Now let's move on to another strategy for division. Okay, so another one would be dividing into groups. So if I divide 40 into 5 groups, one way to do that would be to write 5 lines, because or 5 circles, whichever you want to do. I often do lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll do one right up here. 5. Okay, so I have 5 lines, and I can count all the way till I get to 40. So 1, and I'm going to divide it up, just like if I had 5 people standing in front of me and I had 40 Skittles, and I wanted to make sure everybody got a Skittle. I don't know why I always pick Skittles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. If I did it correctly, I'll have the same exact number in every group. So I just took 40 items and I divided them into 5 groups. So let's say you had 40 students and you're going on a field trip, and you need to divide them evenly into 5 groups. Then I might go around the classroom or go around the group, and I might say, okay, you're 1, you're 2, you're 3, you're 4, you're 5. And if one group has more than another, then you know, hey, somebody was not paying attention to their group number. Okay, so let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yay, they all match. So 40 divided into 5 groups equals 8, and 8 times 5 is 40. So I'm right. All right, 3 divided by 1. Okay, so if I, division is also repeated subtraction. So if I do a number line, 0, 1, 2, and I get however many I have, which in this case I only have 3. So if I divide these 3 spaces, so if you notice I'm counting by this space, 1, 2, these 3 spaces, if I divide that into just one group, how many, I'm going to change the color real quick, how many do I have in that group? Well, if I can only do one group, then how many do I have in that group? 3. I have 3 in that group. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and check it by saying 3 times 1 is 3, so I did it right. 3 divided into just one group, there would be 3. So if you think about it, let's say I love chocolate chip cookies, right? Man, I must want some sugar right now. 3 cookies, and it's only one person to eat them, then that one person gets all 3 cookies. Okay, so last strategy, let's look. 80 divided by 10. Another strategy would be base 10 blocks, which is kind of like what we did over here. But if you have 10s like this, you could think about base 10 blocks. So just a second, please. All right, so the last strategy that I'm going to use, I started to say one thing, but I'm going to do it this way. So you can see this on a number line, and I said that you're subtracting, repeated subtraction. But let me go ahead and show that to you as repeated subtraction. So 80, I'm going to subtract 10 and see how many times I subtracted it. So if I subtract 10, that equals 70. Okay, so 70 minus 10 then equals, and you could put the answer twice, like put the answer over to the side and then write it again. I just ran out of room. So now 60 minus 10, and I keep going until I get to 0. 60 minus 10 equals 50. 50 minus 10. And this gets a little bit harder when you have other numbers, but it's still a way to do it. 50 minus 10 equals 40. Eventually you'll have to have all these facts memorized, but we're not there yet. 40 minus 10 equals 30. And 30 minus 10 equals 20. 20 minus 10 equals 10. And 10 minus 10 equals 0. Okay, so I don't have to go any farther. Equals 0. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So I had to subtract 10 8 times. So I can count these 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 80 divided by 10 equals 8, because I can use repeated subtraction. Okay, so those are different strategies. I want you to try each of them, see which one makes the most sense to you. And for right now, until we start memorizing these facts, then you can pick which way you would like to do it. So go ahead and try the ones below, and we'll see how you do.